So I decided to jump into my first ever pallet wood project. A word of advice, do not break down a pallet with a hammer and a crowbar like I did. I thought this would be the best way to break everything down to fit it in my trunk without power tools, but I split and damaged a lot of the lumber. I'm thinking next time, I'll probably just take a handsaw and cut all of the stringers in half. That should at least make the pieces narrow enough to fit in my trunk, and I can break them down properly with power tools once I get home. Since the pallet wood was in such rough shape, I couldn't really build the project I was planning on, so I put it aside in the garage until a new opportunity presented itself. Well, it's Friday afternoon. I'm getting ready for a family vacation. We are leaving tomorrow morning, and due to busy schedule and let's say poor time management, poor planning, I have just tonight to build some crates. Every summer our family likes to catch and raise monarch caterpillars into butterflies. This year has been a huge year for caterpillars. We have 27 of them, each in their own individual glass jar. And we can't just leave all of these guys at home in the house for a solid week, otherwise they're not going to survive. So we need to bring them with us. We need something to carry them in that's not going to fall apart, like a cardboard box. My kids really want me to build something. I've got a bunch of pallet wood. Now, it's not the most interesting pallet project, but it'll definitely serve a need for us, and we need it quick, so wish me luck. All right, that's enough talking to the camera. We're gonna shut this off, get home, and build something. I used the widest boards to make the bottoms of each crate. I would cut 2 boards and place them side by side to make the bottom of one crate. So I looked for the lengths that I could find in the best condition and cut them down to size, avoiding the cracks in the boards. And then I sanded each piece just enough to take off the sharp edges but preserve that nice pallet wood look. I used the narrower boards from the pallets to build up the sides of each crate. Again, locating some of the usable pieces and avoiding the worst cracks in each board. And again, more sanding to take off the sharp edges. I glued together the base of the crate and then just nailed everything together with a nail gun. For the top edges and the corner pieces, I cut down 1.5-inch strips out of as many boards as I could salvage. I sanded down each narrow strip and cut them down to rough lengths. I used a 1.5-inch scrap piece as a spacer to create an even gap all the way around. This would create a nice built-in handle on all 4 sides. At this point, it was time to finish packing up for our trip, so the finishing work would have to wait. We loaded up our van, and the monarchs rode along in their crates for a week of vacation. During our trip, we got to watch most of them form their chrysalis. And the crates proved really useful for moving them around, feeding them, and periodically cleaning out the jars, so they definitely passed the functional test. Once we got home, I cut off the protruding ends to clean up the outside corners of each crate. Each one was stained with a natural color stain and a couple coats of polyurethane. Overall, it was a pretty simple project, and I was really surprised at how sturdy and useful they turned out to be. And most importantly, it helped us bring all of our monarch caterpillars through to butterflies and release them back into the wild. Thanks for watching.